Welcome back to the Hit Squad. I'm Chad Range. He's Jesse Finney. And we're going to be tackling the Knuckle Junkies questions. They always got some good ones, don't they?
Always good ones. And man, these guys are on it. I mean, at the end of the day, they're on it, and they give these questions. But, man, I don't read these questions until I get here to the station. And I told Chad today, man, I got to do some research on some of these questions for next week. And I'll give it to you next
we'll
week.
get it next week. There's a few that we're going to table till next week. It takes a little bit of research. We want to know what you have to say, what questions are burning in your soul at Hit Squad 101 ESPN's the Twitter handle. The Hit Squad 101 ESPN is the Facebook page as well. Well, Chael Sonnen suggests that fighters keep God out of the cage. Do you agree?
Hey, to each their own. I mean,
perfectly said.
To each their own. If they want to bring God into the cage with them, good luck with it. I think that the more people push God on you, it's probably that they got something sneaky in up their sleeve. Sorry, I hope I don't offend a lot of people, but when you push God, okay, if it's in the cage or out of the cage, I mean, I just like, hey, and listen, I'm a Christian. I'll be the first to tell you that, but I'm not going to push anything on you. If you want to bring it in the cage with you, more power to you.
I think whatever works for you.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I mean, if you got to go Bull Durham and sacrifice a chicken before you go out there, then that's what you got to do. You know, if you're winning and that's what, if you think it's because you're praying or whatnot, then do your thing.
Absolutely.
You know, as long as it's not, causing problems, then that's it. So the UFC has scheduled a third meeting between Cain and Dos Santos. I think we've talked about that a little here. Where does the losing fighter go from here, and is a fourth meeting possible? And I'll tell you, according to Josh Gross, he said yes.
I agree, but I mean, that's what Josh said.
Yeah,
I disagree. I have zero desire to see a fourth fight in this or a fifth fight. I mean, I think that Cain Velasquez should dominate this fight. I think that if he goes out and he dominates the way that he's very capable of, what's the point of putting these guys together when one guy goes out and hits him with a 4-ounce glove and knocks Cain Velasquez out? I think it was a fluke, man. In the first fight, I really do. And like that's mixed martial arts. All things like that can happen. Do I think there's going to be a fourth matchup? I hope not. I hope they move on and go on to some other matchups.
I think we touched on it. There's just so many good heavyweights.
So many good heavyweights right now. Exciting. Travis Brown. I mean, I would love to see him and Cain Velasquez go at it. I'd love to see him and Junior Dos Santos go at it. I think stylistically, him and Dos Santos is a hell of a matchup. And there's a lot of good matchups out there that we don't have to keep rehashing the same
Doing the same thing.
Work your way back up there, buddy.
I agree with that 100%. If you got a few fights to go. And plus, the champions don't fight 3 or 4 times a year. You know, they've earned it. So when you do get them, let's see something that we haven't seen.
I'm with you.
At this time, it'll be the third time. So interesting. And I will ask, if it is a great fight, one for the ages,
I'd be interested in maybe a fourth fight.
Maybe there,
I think that's a great point you bring up there, man. Because I think if it's a great fight and goes back and forth and it's close, I do think there should be another shot at it.
Yep.
Give him a fourth fight, but make him win 1 or 2 to get back to that fight.
100% on that. Hey, all right. Should Roy Nelson shave his beard?
I don't know. I mean,
not because Cormier says, but just for looks.
I was just gonna say you stole my thunder.
From the GQ.
I was gonna say yes. For looks, absolutely. Get rid of it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if it comes down to mixed martial arts, let the man do what he wants to do. Yeah. I mean, that's my feeling on it. I hope that the beard doesn't play a factor. I hope that DC goes out and puts on a great fight. I think it's going to be a dominating fight for DC. It's a great matchup for him. A guy that's slower. The thing is with Cormier, he's a great athlete that can wrestle, but he can also box and kickbox, man. And I think it's the picture-perfect matchup for him to go out to go down into 205 and fight John Jones.
All right, now here's the question. I'm going to add something to the Knuckles Junkies question here. Who has the better beard, Hendricks, Nelson, or Uncle Si from Duck Dynasty?
Uncle Si.
That's right, Jack. Between Hendricks and Nelson, though.
Neither.
I think it's the combo of the mullet and the beard. It's coming both sides on you.
You just got a soft spot for it.
I do. It's that physique I'm modeling myself
I
after.
actually love Hendricks' beard, man. It's part of him.
Yeah,
I was in the same dressing room with him in Canada. And the guys listen to Willie Nelson in the back. That is a true Johnny Hendricks. He doesn't put on a front. That beard is because he wants it, not because he's trying to grab attention.
Absolutely. Josh Sampo is now 10-2, ranked in the top 10 in the world. What is it going to take to see him in the UFC? And when he gets there, how does he stack up?
Does he belong in the UFC? Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he belongs in the UFC. How would he stack up? I think that he would stack up really well. I think he's a really good wrestler. He's got great cardio to the end. He's got good hands. I mean, I think he's an exciting fighter at 125. He's a guy that belongs there, man. I've been saying that all along. That's his management job. His management job is to get him there. And if he can get him there, I hope all the best for the guy, man. I've been plugging the hell out of him. I hope that's where, because the UFC is where he belongs. And you know what? For his management, I don't even know who manages him, to be quite honest with you. And I hope that his management does their job and gets him to the UFC.
Yeah, you would question if they are, if he's ranked top 10 and not there.
I agree with you.
It's a little shady.
It is. It's not a. If you're his manager and he's not in the UFC, you're obviously not doing his job. And from what I hear, his manager's out of Florida. He's one of those guys, and I hope that his manager does take the right steps to get him in the UFC.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts on a super heavyweight? We're talking 275 and above. What for the fights? And are they good for the sport?
There's a lot of people that will argue this. I don't think so right now. I think that I would rather see the 115s first, and then. Actually, I would really like to see a 235 weight class, because from a 205 to 265, put a weight class in the middle there before you're going to go up to the super heavyweights. That is what I like, but I would like to say that, I would like to see over the 275s, but not at this time. Take care of the 115s and then 235s first, and then we'll go to the super heavyweights.
A lot of times those guys wear out real quick. It can
they
make
do.
For a bad fight.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It really, I agree with you.
You would think that. Well, we appreciate the Knuckle Junkies questions, and like I said, we want to hear what you have to say. Facebook at Hit Squad 101 ESPN, Twitter handle at Hit Squad 101 ESPN. And coming up next, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna want to check that out on 101sports.com.